The other thing that she came out with the Ridley Mac, was then the vintage, the idea of vintage. So what we've got here is non-vintage, okay? Non-vintage is one wine from 1 year, but also multiple years. So we'll go back to the year before, the year before, the year before. And they're called reserve wines. And the reason why we have reserve wines is because when you've got this lovely yellow label, you should be able to go to that bottle every single year, anywhere in the world, and it should taste exactly the same. So you have to have thousands of hundreds of wines.
And really that's the hardest job of the master blender, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Are we talking about whiskey or champagne, the same thing?
Exactly the same thing. I mean, how do you
What,
do
each
that?
year
Each year
tastes
that
exactly the same?
Exactly the same.
Wow.
And that comes down to the art of blending, the art of their knowledge and tasting and tasting.
That's incredible, isn't it?
Well, you can imagine that every year the seasons are different. Therefore,
Well, yeah.
the
You might have
grapes
a wet summer.
are different every season. So actually trying to come back to that point, I think that it really is enough.
Yeah, all of those flavours.
Is that every champagne or just this one?
No, every champagne has non-vintage, so you'll see NV on it.
Yeah.
So that will always be the same blended for their individual house style. They will go back into their reserve wines and create that same blend every year. The hardest job. I don't know how people do it. It's amazing. I take my hat off every time. But she came out with the idea of a vintage. So before that, there was absolutely you just blend it from year to year. And she was like, well, hang on a second. And it was in 1810 that there was a comet that flew over France. And they said, hang on a second, this is a good omen. And absolutely, that year, the harvest was amazing, absolutely fantastic. Loads of grapes, the abundance of grapes, and the flavours that were coming out of them, fantastic. So she said, well, why am I going to put that? This is a really special kind of taste and flavour. Let's just have this on its own. And that was the vintage was born. And now that's what pretty much every house does, is have their non-vintage and a vintage, or either way.
Amazing. So she really is the mother of champagne.
Yeah, she's incredible.